Hey YouTube, I had to redo this video because sometimes I get into different topics. I will be talking about a few different topics, but anybody else this year, last year too, but mainly this year, like life just been slapping me like continuously, like things that I literally don't expect, but I plan to put into everything I've been through my entire life, but especially this year. I feel like due to the pandemic, people don't care. It can be a whole pandemic and people still do terrible things or just do shiesty stuff. Like, golly. Like, you think people have a heart during a pandemic, a heart during something major in the world, But anyways, I plan to put all of my experiences into my dance. Like, when I'm telling you I'm going to be dancing for my life, like dancing for everything I've been throughout my entire life, but especially this year. Because like I said in previous videos, this have been, my hair kind of nappy, so excuse me. This have been the worst year. But anyways, so I plan on doing that into my dance. Like, every time I perform, if I do make it on America's Got Talent. But anyways, another thing I wanted to talk about real quick is about, you get to an age, I turned 29 literally November 12th. You get to a point in your life where I get, like I said in my last video, I get so many people asking for my number, asking me on dates. I literally had a whole sugar daddy. That's what I would assume. He could have been 70. I gave him 60, but he looked like he could have been 70, 80. Okay? Younger people ask me on dates or whatever. I could be going on dates. I could be going to clubs, and I'm not a club person. I started to do it with my ex. I didn't drink or whatever. But anyways, like, I get invited to things, like, it's a cool Christian sister, she cool at my job, who invited me for New Year's after they go to church, because I'm going to go to church too. But I'm going to go to a random church because I don't know about churches except one out here. And I would go to that church, but it's on another side of town. I'm not going that far. It sounds fun, and, I'm not letting COVID stop me from having fun or whatever, but I'm, like, now a homebody more than ever. Like, I used to be a homebody when I was, like, in high school, because not when I was out there. When I was in my home state, I knew people, I was happy, but when I moved out here, I had a whole attitude even at the school, because I moved, I didn't want to leave my friends, I had to start all over, and, past videos of growing up as a kid, I was cross-eyed, so when I was, like, a certain age, to 6 to 13 or whatever. So it was always hard for me to start over because of my childhood past. My past childhood. Whatever you want to say. So people get it twisted when they see that you're a homebody. Like, for example, my ex, I always remember what people say. And they say things and they literally don't know what they're talking about, or they don't know you as well as they think they do. So when my ex was like, you don't go nowhere. What you don't know is I don't go nowhere no more because of people like you I've dealt with. Almost being raped and killed. Literally going somewhere for a massage with a friend. And I was depressed at this time. Something bad happened. My sister put me under the bus. Past video talked about that. So when a person go through so much in life and you calling them, like, saying basically a homebody is a bad thing, saying, oh, you don't go nowhere. I have numerous people asking me on dates, asking me out to dinner. I have numerous co-workers, females, asking, not numerous females, because females are funny acting, but it's this, like I said, a Christian, black sister, she be like, yeah, we Christians still know how to, dance and stuff, and music don't make you a bad person, and dancing don't make you a bad person, and Christian is just, again, a title. People make it as a title, when it's really just a relationship with Jesus Christ and God. It has nothing to do with, oh, Christians are better than other people, or Christians don't mean nothing. We're not acting like we're better than any other person. We just basically have a relationship. I hate when people like just put the whole, we try to put ourselves on a pedestal or something like that. And sorry if I'm sweating. Anyways, so what else I was talking about? So yeah, so basically I'm a person who be like, oh, thank you for the invite, or no thank you, and I'll let them know why I say no. Obviously I don't say why. Well, I do say no for why I want to go on a date or whatever, but like for the older guy that was like, could have been literally 80, I didn't explain myself, I just said no. But I do tell some people why I really am a homebody now. Like, I'm telling you, when I say homebody, I be reading the Bible, watching movies, and I was supposed to go to my niece's birthday, my other niece's birthday, but I wasn't invited by the head of the household, my own brother, which is usual with that side of the family. My one brother is cool, even though he didn't text me Thanksgiving back. He's not a person who texts. And I did call him one time, and he didn't call me back. So he's just the type of person who really don't respond to you, but he cool. But I don't know, that it's just weird. But yeah, it's just this year is just very revealing. So that's just my little rant on that. I always remember what people say, and I be thinking, yes, I'm a homebody. No, I don't go nowhere no more. I'm at the point where I'm like, thought I was about to get married. Like, I laugh now at stuff like it's a joke, like I thought I was about to get married after 3 years. Like I mentioned in the last video, I don't care about losing my virginity no more. Like, I wasn't just getting married to lose my virginity. I was just trying to, it's just like life, when you grew up as a kid, you knew you would do certain things, like maybe have kids, have a job, which I obviously have a job, a career. I mean, in my career, I want to really do, and my passion is dance. So that's what I'm going for now in retail, due to situations I talked about before. While I'm not in childcare right now. But yeah, I be laughing when people say, like, and the only person who ever said that you don't go nowhere is my ex. Like, no, baby, I'm blessed to be here. I was almost raped and killed. Like, I'm not even supposed to be here. I could have died during my eye surgery. Literally, it was this eye actually. So no. Actually, whenever guys flirt with me at work, I can be working, numerous people flirting, it can be out in public. It's to the point now of how much traumas and things I've went through, and all these things were like, I'm talking about like guy things. I've dealt with, the domestic violence, the almost been raped and killed by a guy friend. These recent things have made me be like, whenever a guy flirt with me, or not all of them, because there's a few guy friends and they're older guys. The young ones I don't pay no attention to, and I know they be acting like, oh, she must be funny acting or uppity, because they speak to me, and a lot of times I don't speak no more. I became antisocial. I dealt with the little issue, which I was able to take myself out of at this retail job versus at the school, which I couldn't take myself out of the situation unless I literally left the job. I just left a department at this retail job. Because I ain't dealing with no BS. I've been dealing with, drama and so much stuff, personal things, and a lot this year. Like, I've been through so much this year. I've been through so much that I have ever been through. Like, you go through things, and this year you deal with this year you deal with this. But this year, I didn't deal with about everything. I can recall everything, but that's how much I've been through that I can't even cover in this video. I deal with so much stuff. A lot of unnecessary things that should have never happened. Things that should never happen, but it happens. There's things that people can do so things don't happen. Like bad things. But people don't be caring. Like I said in my last video, whether they're family or friends, if somebody really care about you by their actions and not just what they give you. Because like I said in my previous video, I don't care what you give me. Nothing you can give me matters. How you treat me matters. And I feel like this generation, I told an older guy this on Black Friday. He likes hugs. A lot of them, like hugs. And it took me a while to give hugs, like for real, after domestic violence and almost been raped and killed. You know how hard it was to give hugs? Like, retail is busy and, people get friendly. And I don't want to be odd and weird. I'm already very different. And so when they give me hugs at first, it was hard because I get flashbacks and, like, I feel like being tased, like my nervous system or something, like when I get hugs or something. But I was able to cope with it and get through being hugged again and not feeling that feeling. You just kind of learn how to cope with things after you've been through trauma or whatever you want to say. So whenever these guys be flirting with me, I just be thinking all they care about is sex. That's all I'm thinking. I didn't think that way before. Because I really didn't experience anything bad. I've been on dates before. I'm a religious person, but I'm no nun and I'm not perfect. So, yeah, that's kind of my rant for today is, like, I could have dudes. I could have guy friends. I decided to cut that out of my life trying to make it work with my ex. I feel like married couples can trust their spouse to go on a date, and I feel like if you don't want that, you can say that and you make the relationship work and you don't do things that they don't want. And then the ones that do let you, it shows trust. And if there isn't trust, I understand it both ways. I understand that there's some men who don't want you to do that. You can't do that. So I stopped it. And if it was a male who did, then, he could trust me. But anyways, I just get all these bad thoughts. And I know, like, in the future, that's why I'm going to go back to church. It's not just because of that, but after, like, my dancing out, have more time to, and that's a bad thing to say, like, I'm not trying to put anything over God, because what it is I have church at my own place. Excuse my hands. I have church in my own place. I read my Bible. Actually, I'm going to be reading my Bible today. Well, it won't be today. It'll be tomorrow. It could be today, for real. I read my Bible whenever I can. It's just been a very off week and obviously weekend. I was supposed to go to my niece's birthday and let my mom, have the gift and take the gift as if it was hers that she bought. Literally, I gave the gift to her and now it is hers. That, I never got I can't pick my phone up because it's right there. No response to, I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. Like, first of all, you didn't invite me. Your girlfriend invited me and told me that she told you to invite me, which you never did. Which I'm a very understanding. Understanding person. He could have forgot or whatever. But I'm not a person who don't jump the gun. I know things and it happens. Just like I know that this is funny acting. Now I don't feel comfortable going. I'm not going. Sometimes I be thinking like other people think, maybe it was just a misunderstanding. No, it wasn't. That's why I didn't get no response. That's my proof right there. And I don't need no proof, but that's proof right there. I know my brother very well. He's very uppity. Literally didn't even want my mother. He didn't allow his own mother to come in after the baby was already, pushed out, and all of his girlfriend, which his girlfriend is Caucasian. I'm not racist. For the person who said that I was racist, I'm not, but okay. All her family, the mother, the father, the brother, whoever else, was able to hold that baby all together and see it. Yet my mom was told to wait in the waiting room, and to this day, he said that she was tripping. It was a misunderstanding, but it wasn't. And she know that it wasn't. I know it wasn't. The dad think that it was a misunderstanding because that's his son. And the brother probably think that my mom was tripping too, and she wasn't. That's just how my brothers are. I don't know what to explain it. All of us have different dads. And like I said in the previous video, we are all very, very different. And it shows more when you get older. Because when we were younger, you couldn't tell. You couldn't see any differences, you know. And it's not just beliefs. It's not about that difference. Of course, we all have the same beliefs, actually, religious-wise. My one sister, she's into the streets now. I pray for her. That's all you can do. She probably don't believe in Jesus no more or whatever. But anyways, I'm going into much detail again in my videos. But anyways, I'm like kind of sweaty. Try not to touch with my hands because I'm literally lacking on sanitizing my car. But anyways, it's not that. It's just how people act. A person who like to argue a lot. One of my sisters. Habitual liar. And just a user. One of my sisters. One of my brothers is cool. He just never respond to you. And that's why I'm like, I wouldn't get offended if somebody told you and they didn't mean to say nothing. It kind of slipped out that I deleted his number. It wasn't purposely done. And I knew that. I know this person talk and it's something to slip. Because I do that. Not really. I don't do that. I just talk a lot. So I don't do that though. Things don't slip on my end. For real. But on her end, I know people very well. I know my family even well than a friend or an ex or something. Let's just put that out there and say that is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk long on here. I'm gonna be uploading using somebody's Wi-Fi. I do have another phone that I used the Wi-Fi for. It was like a phone for the pandemic and stuff because I can't afford internet right now. Of course, everything's going up. But another last thing I want to talk about is for when we get raptured up out of here. I can't wait to get up out of here. I plan on still going for my goals, living life in general, okay? But if the rapture was to happen this year, that would be the best blessing ever. Because the way I feel about this year, I could commit suicide. Let's just say that. That's how bad this year was. If I didn't believe in Jesus and I didn't believe in God, I would literally commit suicide. Like, you know, if I was a weak person or whatever. And all that I've been through. Like, it's so crazy thinking about everything you go through and then you constantly keep going through things. Like, not being invited to your own niece's birthday. And this is not my sister's niece. She don't let us see her. We have to see her, like I said in the previous video, through other people. My mom, the other grandmother, the father. But anyways, you know, you just get hit a lot. Not just this year. It's not just hitting me like a whooping. Like I'm getting a beat down, a good whooping this year. And it's just not physical things. It's mental things. People are mentally, like, it can be family members, ex, etc. that literally, like, mess up your peace. And you gotta grab that bag and put it back, put it in your pocket and keep it. So that's why I've been saying no to dates. I've been saying no to nice, you know, few coworkers who want to hang out, you know, plans for New Year's or, you know, oh, I'm having a party, you can come if you want. Like, and I'll have to remind her about that. I said thank you for inviting me, but I didn't go into detail that day, but I'm going to have to remind her of why. You know, I'm going to be like, thank you for inviting me again after your church thing, like I'm going to do also. But I'm going to be a homebody the rest of this year and for a little while. And like, unless it's a close friend, like my Christian friend, I'm just kind of just like trying to just have this year, finish it out, and hoping anything else bad happens now. And like, let's get it over with. Like, you know, it's been so much after one thing after another. I'm just hoping everything bad comes out now. Like, bad meaning things that you just don't expect. Of course, in the world, there's going to be bad continuously happen. But I'm saying, like, in my personal life, things that I control. Um, you know, keeping my distance from my sisters, which is in another, one of them is in another state, but the sister that's out here. But also just not adding people into my circle, because I had to let people go out of my circle. Family included, ex included, you know, some friends I've met on buses that was cool females but were funny acting, and I actually seen one of them that was cool, got two twin boys. I always see her at the same job she worked at Kroger's. And she always would speak and literally beg for my number, like literally looking for a pen to write down my number every time. And always say, I'm going to call you. And then this last time, I always been a person to fake it off and be like, yeah, here's my number again. And, oh, yeah, you going to call me, okay. Or you going to text me, okay. But now it's to the point now where I just didn't even say hi. I didn't say nothing. I looked at her and kept walking. It's just to the point now I'm not about to fake stuff with you back. I'm not about to keep people, family, whoever you are, in my life if you need to go. Like, if you giving me... And I don't go by just bad vibes. I go by bad vibes by strangers and co-workers. But with family, there should not be no bad vibes. It's either you act right or you don't act right. Okay? You either stay or you got to go out of my circle. And so, it's just crazy. You know, out of all the people, my grandmother always said, you know, family do you the worst. And it's true. I'm learning that now, but it sucks when it's not just family. You know, it's just not strangers at one time. That, like, it's like two things at once. It's family and strangers. And it's just like a combination of just, like, golly, like, you just going through it all. Like, it's not just one area, like, that's just causing issues. It's both of them combined. It's like a twister, not just a tornado. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. Oh, we're going this thing. And, yeah, I'm just like, I was about to go to a whole birthday party, uninvited. You think I'm about to do that? Nah, I got too much pride. Way too much pride, and you a whole brother. I'm like, got this nice gift, pretty gift, whole bunch of gifts, getting ready for Christmas, thinking about what I want to get her for Christmas. Literally told them what I was going to get her for Christmas. Like, I know exactly what I'm getting everybody for Christmas, and everybody not getting nothing. Not everybody getting something, only my close family getting something. Bump the people know that I cut off. Sisters, some brothers. The one brother, like I said, he cool. He don't respond to me, but he's still cool. The other brother, uppity. He got a whole Caucasian, and the thing about my brother is, he's like he's like low key. Like, it's weird because he don't not like black people, but like he don't like black chicks. Like, literally. He said that since he was young, and that's why he's with a Caucasian. He said we ratchet, we too hood. And he was always ashamed of us, and he never claimed us. Like, his friends, since we were in elementary school. Before elementary school, you know, he was still young. He didn't have a thought process like that to be, like, not claiming us. So people literally, like, be like, oh, is that your sister? No, that ain't my sister, or whatever, you know, whatever. Or like when I was cross-eyed from 6 to 13, his friends would laugh at me, and he would laugh with them at me. He never stood up for me or whatever. You know, my sisters did, you know, and they didn't laugh with the people. So that's just how I was raised and grew up with some... All my siblings have different dads, and like I said, you can tell, like as the title for my last video said, you definitely can tell that we all were raised by different dads. And it's normal in other families who all have the same dad and mom or parents, okay? And they still have that issue. But in my family, it is so strong. It is so crazy. It just be like, and I'm a person, I'm always forgive and love you, but I'm going to have to love you from a distance. Because it's crazy because I'm a person who constantly try to force my way, not force my way into people's lives, but like to be in their life. Like if we're related. You know what I mean? Like I have to invite myself for Thanksgiving. I have to, like, that's pathetic. Last year I have to literally invite myself to Thanksgiving. Not at my mom's, at my dad's, because, yeah. And then with this birthday thing. So after this thing, and the same thing with Thanksgiving, it happened again. And what did I do? I still stopped over and said, hey, I didn't eat because I wasn't invited to my dad's or whatever. But with the birthday thing, that was the last straw. Like, I'm just through with not all of them, because I kind of wanted to be done with my one brother, but he cool. He just don't ever respond, whether it's a call, unless it's an emergency, he'll respond. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. I just been venting, and you be hurt, but you just kind of learn to not expect stuff from people no more, even family. And I've never been a person to expect anything from anyone. I expect, like, normal things. Like, I expect to be invited to Thanksgiving. I be expecting to be invited to a birthday party. And of course, we wasn't close before, but we were trying to get close again. Or let me say, I was trying to get close to him again, even through all the bad things he said and acting like I was nothing, and etc. etc. My thing is, don't force your way into people's lives, especially family member. I literally had no break, which my off day is tomorrow, so I'd be so happy on my off day, like, man. And I could easily go visit my Christian friend, but I'd be so tired and just, I'd be like, retail is a little harder to even want to do anything. But if I wanted to do some things, I could do some things. But the winter coming up, I'm not a winter driver. Even on my audition, it's gonna be, I already know, like, bad weather. But I'm not trying to. I'm gonna knock on door. I don't got no wood. That the weather isn't extremely bad. But even if it was extremely bad, I'm not missing doing this audition. Um, I'm trying to have everything set up where I don't need anyone to record me while doing my audition. But if I do, I will get someone to help me, which will be my Christian friend or my mom. But I would rather have my friend than my mom, because my mom be tired and she be busy. And see, this audition is just like any other audition. You are checking in at a certain time that you signed up for, but you have to wait your turn. It can be a few hours, but they said they're going to try to make it reasonable. So, yeah. But that's it. I've talked way too much, but that's okay. I ain't got no chapstick on. Like, I just got done eating at my mom's. Like I said, I was going to bring Happy Meal with my gift for my niece, and it's just like, it's not just like as if it's your birthday. It's a whole child's birthday, and somebody saying they want to bring a gift and chill for a little bit, and you literally don't get no response, and then you get a before, like, getting a response. I already knew that he wouldn't respond, or he'll just go quiet or silent, like, excuse me. I got allergies and they get dusty or whatever, but yeah, I just be so, like, not emotional. I just had a lot of things happen to me this year where I just kind of I be in my own place in the shower, just like, wow. Like, this have been the worst year. The worst year. Like, it's been bad. been terrible. It hasn't been horrible. And I'm actually going to see my mom's grandmother. And she backstabbed me, you know. I'm not getting into detail on that, of course. But, you know, I'm a forgiving person. Gonna bring her some flowers, a big old box of candy, you know, during these holidays. And in retail, I got my mom a big old Reese. There was a big Kit Kat, big Hershey, a big mint one, the mint ones. And I asked her which one she wanted. I didn't tell her what I was getting her, but you know, I would say which candy bar is your favorite. I already knew it was Reese's, but I liked it the Kit Kat better because it was bigger. I mean, the Reese was big too, and the Kit Kat was big, but I don't know, for some reason the Kit Kat just looked it bigger. I don't know. It just was. I don't know. It looked better. They both are big, but the image of it, I'm trying to say. But she like Kit Kats, but she don't like them like Reese's basically. And I like getting people favorites or just getting stuff that I know that they need or want. But anyways, yeah, like this year can't get any worse. And I don't want to say that either. Knock on door, not wood. But I'm expecting anything else bad or things to come. And I'm not talking about in the world because I know things are going to get worse in the world. Shortages, the money can stop. The government, the economy can shut down. The government can shut down. Whatever you want to call it. They can make these mandates. You know what? The jabberoo. You know, mandatory. You can lose your job. I know a lot is coming. But all these things that's happened in the world, it's sad that even during this pandemic, you know, COVID is still going on, that at least your family would stop acting shisty. And there's only certain ones that I had to cut off that I just mentioned about. One brother, he cool, but I'm not as close to him, you know, but not as worse as with the other brother with the niece. Because he wouldn't be the type of person, like, for example, if he had a kid and I said I'm about to bring a gift and chill, you know, with y'all and chop it up or whatever and not get no, and then no response. He wouldn't do that. So, but anyways, this year is just like, dang, you're already going through all this personal stuff in your life. The world is crazy and then you got to deal with shiesty family. Like, that's what I mean when everybody's saying the rapture, like... I only got 15%. I want to upload this video, so I'm going to end it. That's all I had to say. Excuse me. If you heard anything. Excuse me. But, yeah, God bless. I only got 15%. I'm going to try to upload this at this, location. Bye.